So I started at Spectrum a little over 3 years ago. I honestly took a job there because it was a job. And I didn't know much about Spectrum coming from the east side of the state, but I was very impressed right from the beginning by the organization and just how great of patient care they provide, how aspiring they are towards improving patient care, patient outcomes, as well as the care they look into giving their staff and specifically their nurses. I've had many opportunities to grow both in my knowledge base and my leadership skills, and I feel that Spectrum is very encouraging of us to attain those goals and to meet those goals.
So I came to Spectrum Health originally because of the reputation it had in the community, not only in Grand Rapids, but all over Michigan. Everybody knows it as that great big hospital on the medical mile. So I thought it was really great when I started working there. And then I found out about their tuition reimbursement. So I already have my BSN, but I'm looking to possibly do more school, and to know that I have that support from the hospital and management is just so great for me. And one of the main things that I really like that we're doing on 2 South is the empathy huddles, and I really started focusing on my patients' goals. And so we had the tangible item of sports balls that I kept around in my pocket, a little squeezy sports ball. And one of the things that stuck most with me was I had a patient recently that had terminal cancer and found out his goal was not only to leave the hospital, but to get home to see his dog. So I really took it upon myself to sit down with this patient. He showed me pictures of his dog, talked about how sassy she was to me, and I really enjoyed the moment that we had together to talk about his animal at home. And I made sure that the hospice team the next day knew that this was this patient's goal, was to get home to see his dog. So it really felt good knowing that a few days later he was able to discharge home with hospice, and then he got to be with his dog. And that just made me feel so much better about myself, and that helped with my ability to care for these patients and made me feel a lot better.
The reason I chose a position at Spectrum Health, and specifically on 2 South, is I had really positive clinical experiences there when I was in school. The people were just really friendly. I liked the sense of teamwork that they had. It's a busy unit. I've learned a lot since I started there. As far as the teamwork, it's helpful, especially as a new nurse, when you have a really heavy patient that's not doing well, for other people to be able to step in and help, spend a little extra time with your patient. We all just kind of help each other out with their assignments. If somebody has a lighter assignment, they're able to pitch in with somebody who's got a heavier assignment, which it makes a lot of difference, and it just totally makes a better patient experience.
So I came to Spectrum for the schedule, but I really stay for the education. They've helped me get my PCCN, and because of that, I read a patient study on something called Commit to Sit. And I brought it to my managers, and they decided we would try that on the floor. And the first time or so that I tried it, I had a patient that was very, very sick. And the 5 minutes that I spent with him the first night, I just helped him drink a glass of water. And then gave him blood that night, came back the next night, and he looked so much better. And I said, "Dennis, you look like you had a miracle happen to you." And he said, "I feel like a miracle happened to me." And I sat with him, and we talked about that, and he talked about how grateful he was, and what his goals were for the next day. He was going to get up and walk. And then the next night when I came back in, I knew he was going to be discharged the next morning, and I said, "Dennis, you're going home." And he said, "I'm so grateful." And I sat with him again, and he said to me, "You know, Juanita, you're an angel." And I was like, so what's going on with that? And he said, you know, you came in and you sat down and you talked to me, and that made all the difference. People come into the room, they leave the room, they do something, they go out, back out again. But when you sat down with me, I was able to think about what I was going through. That made all the difference.